Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD Fall 2025 season premieres. Dates, channel, plot, cast. NBC's One Chicago franchise is full of shocking twists and daring rescues. As Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD approach their season finals, fans are clamoring to know when their favorite TV heroes will be back. Keep an eye on this page, because Watch With Us has all the latest info about the One Chicago shows you love. Here's everything you need to know. Yes, NBC has announced that all 3 series in the franchise will return for new seasons. Chicago Fire has been renewed for a 14th season, Chicago PD has been renewed for a 13th season, and Chicago Med has been renewed for an 11th season. The only spin-off of Chicago Fire that hasn't been a runaway hit was Chicago Justice, which aired in 2017 and was canceled after just 1 season. Chicago Fire, the first series in the franchise, currently stars the following actors in its main cast. Note, Carey and Lockett will not be returning as regulars in Season 14. In the season finale of Chicago Fire, Chief Dom Pascal became the prime suspect in a suspicious car fire involving Robert Franklin, Matthew Collins. Franklin is connected to Pascal's late wife, Monica, who died in a fire 2 months prior. The incident raises questions about Pascal's past and intentions. Meanwhile, Severide and Stella Kidd faced emotional turmoil as the expected mother of the child they hoped to adopt changed her mind, leaving them devastated. Meanwhile, on Chicago PD, the intelligence unit was left in chaos after Deputy Chief Reed successfully dismantled their corrupt operation. Voight is under internal investigation, left reeling from the failure to stop Reed and the murder of Otero. Burgess has been suspended, while Torres has been arrested, both targeted as part of Reed's strategic takedown. Atwater and Ruzek are still standing but shaken, unsure of how to proceed without the unit's full backing. The staff of Chicago Med are facing some serious potential shakeups, as hospital administrator Sharon Goodwin has been tasked with implementing difficult personnel cuts. Dr. Hannah Asher is unexpectedly pregnant, while Dr. Daniel Charles learned that his daughter, Anna, dropped out of Stanford and has returned to Chicago, prompting him to confront familial issues. No release dates have been announced for any of the shows yet, but NBC has confirmed they will all return in the fall of 2025. Stay tuned for more updates. As the leaves begin to turn and a crisp wind rolls off Lake Michigan, the city of Chicago braces for more than just autumn. The upcoming fall season of NBC's beloved One Chicago franchise promises a storm of emotion, chaos, and unprecedented collaboration between Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. In the wake of cast shakeups, plot twists, and long-simmering tensions, this fall marks one of the boldest storytelling eras in the franchise's history. Let's just say, Chicago is about to bleed drama. Chicago Med, a new chief and a mystery illness. The Gaffney Chicago Medical Center will feel the tremors of major change. Dr. Sharon Goodwin, long considered the steady anchor of the hospital, contemplates retirement after a controversial decision about experimental treatments for terminal patients splits the board. But she's not leaving without grooming her successor. Enter Dr. Ivy Morris, a tough-as-nails trauma surgeon with a past in military medicine and a penchant for bending rules to save lives. With Will Halstead gone, Crockett Marshall steps into a leadership position, though he finds himself at odds with Ivy's unorthodox methods, and more intrigued by her than he'd like to admit. Meanwhile, Maggie Lockwood stumbles upon a troubling pattern among ER patients. Young, otherwise healthy individuals showing signs of an unknown neurological illness. As the CDC gets involved, and the illness spreads to a firefighter and even a police officer, suspicions arise. Is this a new virus, or something more sinister? Chicago Fire, Blaze, Betrayal, and Bowden's Farewell. At Firehouse 51, a dark cloud looms. Chief Wallace Bowden is preparing to retire, but not before one final season filled with high-stakes heroism and emotional farewells. Bowden's exit arc will be anything but smooth. A new deputy commissioner, eager to modernize the CFD, questions Bowden's leadership decisions and tries to quietly dismantle his legacy. Severide is back, but he's not the same. After spending months with an arson task force in Detroit, Severide returns with secrets and signs of PTSD. Stella Kidd, thrilled to have her husband back, quickly realizes their love might not be enough to bring him all the way home. As Truck 81 responds to a terrifying explosion at an underground rave, firefighter Darren Ryder, Joe Cruz's younger protege, becomes trapped in a collapsed tunnel. The rescue mission will test everything the crew knows, leading to one of the most intense cliffhangers in the show's history. Amid the chaos, paramedics Violet McCalmy and the recently returned Brett Sylvie clash over protocols and romantic entanglements, especially when an attractive young ER doctor from Med joins the scene, and both women take notice. Chicago PD. Corruption, Conscience, and Crossfire. The intelligence unit is under fire, literally and figuratively. When a rogue officer leaks classified details to the press, Hank Voight must clean house or risk losing the unit altogether. Voight, still mourning Alvin Olinsky, starts questioning the moral compass that once guided him, and whether intelligence can survive without becoming the very corruption it once fought against. Haley Upton, reeling from Jay Halstead's extended absence in Bolivia, throws herself into her work, becoming reckless and aggressive. Her actions draw scrutiny not just from Voight, but from a new internal affairs investigator, Detective Rome Navarro, who has a personal vendetta and a mysterious connection to Upton's past. Kevin Atwater is front and center this fall, as he becomes embroiled in a racially charged case that turns the city against the CPD yet again. When a body is found bearing a badge number carved into the chest, intelligence fears a serial killer is targeting officers. As Atwater digs deeper, he faces the haunting possibility that the killer believes they're doing the right thing, and may even have allies inside the department. Kim Burgess and Adam Ruzek continue trying to navigate life as co-parents, but a brutal attack on Michaela shakes their fragile peace. With their daughter in danger, both are forced to re-examine whether their relationship is worth saving, or whether their past will always get in the way. The fall crossover event, Code Black, Chicago. NBC is pulling out all the stops for a 3-hour mega crossover event this October titled Code Black. Chicago. A mysterious illness breaks out among first responders and spreads through the city. As hospitals overflow, Firehouse 51 faces rolling calls with sickened EMTs, while intelligence chases a lead on a biotech company illegally testing unapproved viral treatments. Dr. Ivy Morris works with Upton and Ruzek to track the source to a hidden lab in the meatpacking district. When a fire breaks out at the warehouse, trapping firefighters, officers, and doctors inside, the three shows collide in a dramatic rescue and containment sequence that NBC insiders are calling the most ambitious One Chicago episode ever filmed. This crossover isn't just about fireballs and heroics. It ends with a devastating revelation. The virus may have been deliberately released, and someone in the city may be behind it. Final thoughts. One Chicago, one reckoning. As Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD blaze into fall, the theme is clear: accountability. Whether it's Voight reckoning with his past, Severide confronting his trauma, or Dr. Goodwin passing the torch, every character is facing the question: what is the cost of saving lives when you've lost yourself along the way? The writers are pulling no punches. with long-running cast members preparing to exit, new blood stepping in. And all three shows entwined in a citywide epidemic and moral crisis. This fall could be the most unforgettable in one Chicago history.